Hello everyone, it's Yvette with Polished After 60. In today's video, I'm just going to do a quick update on my Ozempic journey. So if you think you'd be interested, stay tuned. I'll be right back. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yvette and the channel is Polished After 60, and I go over topics for the more mature woman, those of us who are 60 and older. I go over fashion and beauty and lifestyle, and sometimes I just come on here to chat with you guys. So I hope everyone is having a wonderful day, and before I forget, voting is coming up. It's on Tuesday, November 5th. So for those of us who are American citizens, make sure that you exercise your most important right, your ability to choose who will be our lawmakers. So go get out and vote for the candidate of your choice. I sent in my ballot a couple of weeks ago, so I am set to go. I don't have to worry about that. So in today's video, I just thought I'd give you a little bit of an update on my journey using Ozempic. I think a couple of weeks ago, I went on here and I posted to you guys that I had decided to, after discussing it with my doctor, I decided to try out Ozempic to see if it would help me. You guys may know that about 12 years ago, I lost about 70 pounds, so quite a bit of weight, and I had been able to keep it off, all of it, for about 10 years. And about 2 years ago, I started to notice that it was creeping back up. So I would lose, I would kind of plateau, I would gain, I would kind of plateau, I'd lose a little bit, and then I'd go back, and it has been a back and forth like that. And I hadn't gained 13 pounds. And having a very hard time losing it. As I said, I would try to lose it on my own. As we get older, I think it just gets so much more difficult. But I would gain a little bit, I would lose a little bit, and I was always like at a plateau and couldn't really take off the weight that I had gained. So after thinking about it for a little bit, I was at my doctor's office actually for a completely different subject, and we started having a discussion about how stress, and guys, I have been so stressed lately. I will fill you in a minute, but you know, for me, stress is a trigger. It has always been a trigger. So I've been through some major ups and downs in the last couple of years, and stress just is my trigger. If I'm having a stressful day, when I worked in the office, when I was in banking many years ago, boy, if I had a bad day or a project that I was working on, you know, I would reach for a little piece of cake at the end of the day or some ice cream or whatever, right? And I've basically kept that out of the house. But as I said, stress is a trigger for me, and sometimes I just need a little bit of something to help me through a stressful day. It's not a good habit to have, but as I have said in the past, for me, food is like an addiction. I used to think about it constantly. That was, you know, prior to me losing the weight. I would just think about food all the time, but that has gone away. So luckily for me, I don't have that, but I do have stress, and sometimes that triggers me a little bit. So, but anyway, I spoke to my doctor, and stress is a trigger for him as well. And he had mentioned to me that he had used Ozempic to lose 50 pounds. And he said that that might be something that I might be interested in. And because that was already in the back of my mind, I thought, well, let's go ahead and give it a try. So I have just just on Friday, I have taken the last dosage for the month. So I'm going into my 4 weeks, but I completed 3 weeks on Friday. And I'm happy to report that I have been able to lose 5 pounds in that 3 weeks time. So what have I noticed? I noticed that I don't have much of an appetite. My appetite has been reduced, and I am not craving salty. Sometimes I crave salty, sometimes I crave sweet, but those cravings have for the most part gone away. So that's a good thing. One of the negatives, I think, and it's something that happens with when you're taking Ozempic, is that your digestive system kind of slows down a little bit. That is a problem for me anyways. So that is something that I plan to discuss with him when I go see him again. So the way that it works is they increase the dosage. They gradually increase the dosage so that you can lose the most weight possible. Now, I am not in a hurry to lose the weight. As I said, I've gained 13 pounds, and he felt comfortable with me just losing the 13 pounds. He thought that would be a good weight for me. Now, if I can lose an additional 2 pounds, that would be great, because it's always good to have a little bit of a leeways, if you will, a little bit of a buffer, because we all know that our body fluctuates, our weight goes up and down. So if I could give myself an extra 2 pounds, I would think that would be a good thing. Now, in the past, I had always tried to keep my weight within 5 pounds. I never let it get more than 5 pounds. But as I said, the last 2 years have just been so very difficult for me. So we will see what happens. I haven't noticed any other negative. I have had a little bit of twitching in my legs, and I read that sometimes it could be electrolytes. So I've been drinking, having some drinks that have extra electrolytes to help me with that. But other than that, my sleep is undisturbed. I haven't had any kind of depression, no other kinds of side effects. Sometimes people have gastrointestinal issues. I haven't had any of that. Sometimes I feel just like a little tiny bit of like heartburn, maybe. I don't even know if I can call it that, but just a fullness, if you will. But other than that, no nausea, none of those kinds of side effects. So I'm quite happy. And to be honest with you, we'll see what he says when I go talk to him. But I could easily stay at this dosage that they have me on and be happy, because as long as I see a little bit of weight, I'm not in a hurry to lose those 13 pounds, right? If I can be rid of them by February, that would be perfect for me, even if it takes longer. As long as I'm losing weight, I'm all right with it. I just don't want to get stuck, right? Stuck. Now, what have I been eating? I've been trying to eat protein, vegetables, low carbohydrates. That's always important. I have found in the past when I have been on any kind of weight loss journey, is try to keep the carbohydrates to a low level, right? I'm continuing to eat low glycemic fruits, and I have vegetables, and I try to eat protein every day. So just a balanced diet, I would say, right? But the key is that I'm not craving those other foods. Now, if I'm getting a little bit hungry, nuts have always been a great thing for me to snack on. I think that they really satiate my appetite. And if they're lightly salted, it just gives me a little bit of the saltiness that I sometimes crave. So I try to keep almonds or cashews in the home. And if I'm feeling a little bit hungry, and that is very seldom, to be honest with you, it has done a good job of suppressing my appetite. But occasionally I get a little bit hungry and I'll just take a handful of nuts and I'll munch on those a little bit, and that I'm able to be satisfied with those nuts. So 5 pounds, I think, is a very good thing. I haven't had any other problems. Would I recommend it? I recommend that any decision you take as far as your weight, you should talk to your doctor about it and make sure that they're on board and that you do it safely. So, what has been going on in my life as well? I'm sorry, I have a few reviews that I need to upload, but my life has just been so hectic. Right after I posted that video about the sandwich generation, that generation that is taking care of aging parents, and we're kind of in the middle. Both my parents were hospitalized, so they have been taking turns going in and out of the hospital, and at one point I had them both in the hospital. So, and they told me that that was quite common, that a lot of times the wife will go into the hospital and the husband will get sick, or vice versa. My dad experienced a fall, and we had to rush him to the hospital. He was there a couple of days, and then my mom got sick, and it's just been a back and forth. Luckily, I do have, my mom is back in her home. I cannot get her to come in and move in with me. She's 91, and I was a little bit worried because my father has always been the one that manages everything. He manages her medications, he manages the household, everything. He does all the shopping, everything. And I was a little bit worried for my mom, but lo and behold, she's been able to manage on her own. We've figured out her medications, and she's doing well in the home by herself. So I'm very, she's got diabetes, so she's been able to maintain her diabetes at a really good level. So I'm so proud of her that she's been able to be at home. And so my dad was hospitalized back and forth. He developed pneumonia, and so he was pretty sick, and they have recently transferred him to a rehab center. So it's so very difficult when you're used to your parents being pretty well, right? To all of a sudden see them in a condition that you can't comprehend, you don't recognize. I don't recognize the confusion in my father. So he's at a rehab center, which is where he needs to be. His body, bless his heart, his legs just can't support his weight. And he's a very slight man. He's he's not overweight. He's, I would say, a little bit underweight for his height, but his poor little legs, I think because of the neuropathy that he's developed he's had diabetes about 60 years now, and that's the only problems that he has, because a lot of diabetics have really extreme problems, but he has neuropathic pain, and I think that has caused him not to want to walk as much, maybe. And so his legs are a little bit weak, but they will be working with him on that. And I am hoping that he will be home soon, because every time we go and visit him, he's just, admonishing us because he wants to go back home. And, we can't bring him home because we can't physically care for him. We need someone that can work on his legs and on his strength and everything that goes along with rehab. So that has been going on in my life. That might attribute to how I've been able to keep the weight down and how I've been able to lose the 5 pounds. But a lot of stuff going on in my life. So guys, I hope you forgive me if I don't post as often, or if the subjects are a little bit different than what I normally post, but I just want to come on here and chat with you guys and let you know how much I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by and watching me, for supporting the channel, for telling me you know, your comments, sharing your thoughts with me. I really do appreciate that. So I just wanted you all to know that I consider you a part of my family, my YouTube family, if I will. I never thought that I did YouTube. I say it a lot, to kind of during COVID, I felt so all alone. So I started the channel during COVID, and I never thought that I would meet such wonderful people on here. So to all of you who always leave me your kind comments, I want to thank you and tell you how much I appreciate each and every one of you. So guys, this is it for today. Let's see what things. I have so many pretty outfits for the holidays, and I'm hoping that I can soon share those with you. So anyway, guys, have a wonderful Sunday, and I will be seeing you again real soon. Bye, everyone. Bye. Let's see if I can turn you guys off. Bye.